What up, y'all? Today I'm going to be breaking down a sample I made. I definitely hear Brent on this. I made this back in September of last year, and I just found it recently, and I forgot that I even made this. Break this down right now, and show you guys how I made it. So I first started off with this Rhodes phrase from a Square One phrase kit, and that sounds like this. And then that continues throughout the entire sample. And then the effects for this are a sound guidizer, 2 sound shifters, an Abbey Road King's microphone, a fruity reverb, EQ, another sound shifter that's automated, another EQ, and then a little alter boy to give it a gritty texture. I put the pitch informant all the way up. I then added bells and chimes. So all these are from Ain Sounds kits, mostly from Soulmania. With the organ phrase, this is what those bells sound like. The effects for these are a Valhalla Supermassive with the Lunar Lander 1969 preset, a fruity delay, and an EQ cutting out some of the highs, and also an EQ on the actual mixer channel. Not sure why I did that, but I did. And then I also pitched it up a full octave, same for this one. After I had all of these layers down, I then added in these strings. These strings are from the Violins 2 preset on the Spitfire chamber strings spank. This is what those strings sound like layered in with everything else. And I also drew in the volume for each of the layers in with peaks and valleys. I drew it in manually in the channel volume. I love to do this to make my strings sound more authentic and less like they come from a VST. And then after we have all of these layers, I added in this little prophet phrase. So this is what the prophet phrase sounds like with everything. That was kind of just for, I guess, adding more depth. It didn't really make that much of a difference. It's just adding more layers, trying to make it sound more full. I added in some vocals. So this is what all of the vocals sound like. There's 4 different vocals, which I'll all break down after I play these in a second. So to start off with these vocals, this little run right here was a compilation of 2 vocals from my kit, or some of my kits, and this is what that sounds like. The effects, and I also panned it left and then put it in mono. So I pitched it down 10 cents, fruity chorus, fruity flanges, a sound shifter, pitching it up an octave, an OTT to give it more character. I love this compressor. A fruity reverb, a convolver with the brick building small ruin preset, a sound guidizer, and then 2 more sound shifters. Next, I recorded these vocals in Vari-Speed for this specific sample. So these were from my kits that I just kind of like layered on top of each other to make a cool little run. So this is what the first run I recorded sounds like. And the effects for this, so I pitched it down 900 cents. I probably pitched it back up a bunch of times too. Like I mess with the pitch a lot. The effects are another sound shifter pitching it down, fruity chorus, fruity flangus, another sound shifter pitching it back up, an OTT compressor, a fruity reverb, but I turned it off, a fruity convolver with the same preset as last time, a sound guidizer, another pitch shift or a sound shifter, and then an EQ to tame some of the mids and highs. And I recorded this and also this one in Vari-Speed. So I recorded it down probably like 30 to 40 cents, or BPM, I mean 30 to 40 BPM, and then sped it back up and also pitched it back up. So this is what the last vocal sounds like. All the vocals have the same presets on it and the same processing. So that's the vocal section. So next I added this trumpet, which sounds like this layered in with everything else. So next we have the bass and then pretty much just like percussion that I added in. So I recorded this bass on one of my guitars. I don't remember which one exactly. So that's pretty much it. I even hit a wrong note in here. I think I was a little flat on that one. Yeah, I played this with one of my guitars. The processing for this is a sound shifter shifting it up an octave, and then an Echo Boy with the deep chorus room preset. So I'm pretty sure I pitched it down in here and then consolidated it, so it didn't show that I pitched it down, and then I guess I pitched it up pretty much from here. I just added in percussion and some like ambience. The rest of the percussion, I added in this like little drum fill from different percussion in the beginning. So it's just different. It's like a stick from an Ain Sounds kit, like a drumstick, and then different like toms. And then I added in a vinyl noise going throughout the entire sample, and then also some chimes and a crash here. Some more stuff. So I also added at the end of every 8 bars, I added another fill, which sounds like this. For this part of the sample, I added some vibraphones in this part of the sample, which sound like this. And then in the B and C sections, I added this phrase. So it's a different variation of, or a different chop from the original organ phrase that I used to base the entire sample around. So that sounds like this. I'll see you guys in the next video.